small, were singing to whom they were in thrall. They couldn't forget Carcosa, the black stars in the sky, where twin suns linked in men's shadows as they pass on by. Their teeth did they gnash, their voices did they bellow, and their sanity melted away, all before the king in yellow.
What is your favorite movie pre-1995? And has your character seen that movie? So we'll start with Vinny.
This is a 90s movie, but was it before 95? Yes. Gonna go with Goodfellas.
Great pick.
I don't think Vigo's seen it yet. I don't think he's lucky. He hasn't got to enjoy it yet.
If he did, his criminology score would go up. You just learn more watching that movie. Hell yeah. And Ryan, what's your favorite movie pre-1995?
Are you talking me, like
Yes.
Ryan?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, and then if your character has seen the movie, that's your favorite.
Pre-1990.
95.
95.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. I'm looking.
I know my answer.
I don't
I
think
think I know
have
your
one.
answer.
Do you think you know my answer?
So go to Seth. Let me see if any of these movies are actually pre-1995.
All right, tell us, Seth.
My favorite movie pre-1995 is of course the first Jurassic Park.
Yep.
And I think Reagan has seen it many times.
Hell yeah.
You know, just like I loved that movie as a child, I liken Reagan's intelligence to that of a child, so I'm just imagining myself as a child in a man's body, sitting down in the theater too many times watching that movie.
Hell yeah. Love it. What about you, Caleb?
I'm gonna, as I was looking at lists of movies, I'm just gonna say Home Alone because it was 1990. And
Another Joe Pesci.
Jack.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say he has seen it. I'll say he has seen it.
Dope. You think of anything, Ryan?
Yeah, looking at some IMDb lists, the only thing I can say that I've seen is Toy Story, which is crazy. That was 1995, by the way. Don't know if you guys knew
I didn't
that.
know that. I thought that was later. Damn.
Yeah, I thought so too. That was crazy. Oh, we don't get movies like that anymore. Good old memes.
Alrighty. So with that, we are going to resume exactly where we left off. You guys went to the Macallistar Building on the same day you guys met Agent Marcus, but you met at like 5 p.m. that day beforehand to like go over the evidence and sort of get a plan together, but you decided we're going to go tonight and investigate. You guys headed there. You found that the power was seemingly off to the entire building, which was very strange. So you took a set of stairs down to the basement. I got it wrong last time, actually. The basement's accessible only from the outside of the building. So in my headcanon, you guys went in and then went out down this stairwell into the basement. And in an attempt to find like maybe a breaker of some kind or figure out why the power is seemingly absent, So that's where we're going to start. You guys just see a single bare light bulb that's dangling from the ceiling. Its pole chain swings slightly from the breeze created by all you guys walking in. And like I said before, the air smells faintly of oils and paint thinner. And you hear water occasionally plinking into an old metal bucket that's shoved beneath a ceiling leak. So what would you guys like to do?
What's this room layout look like other than just the light?
So are you going to like sort of cast the flashlight around and take a look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see against one wall stands an aged electrical panel.
I think I'm also gonna have one hand on my revolver, just in case I need to quick draw this bad boy.
Yeah, I think you guys said you had your guns out last time.
Oh, okay.
Just in case. You also see there's a grimy set of metal shelves next to it, holding an assortment of items in boxes. And at the far end of the basement, you see there's a small storeroom, and it seems to have been transformed into a makeshift paint studio. I described last time that you guys kind of see the shape of like an easel, and you can see that in this storeroom that's sort of off to the side. And the last thing you see in here is there's like this ancient looking boiler in the corner of the room, and it's just covered with dust.
And is it just this one room, or is there like doors to other rooms?
It's just this one room, and then the storeroom that's on the side of it.
And we don't see any like electrical panel anywhere.
You do, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna slowly make my way to the electrical panel and see if there's any breakers that are flipped.
Okay. Yes, you open it up. You see some of the breakers are marked with like scrawled.
Oh my god, so scary.
I know. Figure in
Spooky.
here. You see some of the breakers are marked with scrawled, faded labels like third floor lights, main hall, and others are left unmarked. They're a mystery to anyone but perhaps a long gone super who once maintained it. And you see the main switch there's a bright yellow tag that's dangling from it, and it says service terminated.
Oh. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna flip all the breakers to on to see if like service has been terminated, but like they haven't cut the electrical yet.
No, nothing happens. You flip them on. It's also hard to tell though, like some of them are for like different areas of the building, but you flip ones for the basement, for the front lobby, for the exterior, nothing happens.
Hope you all aren't afraid of the dark. Seems like we're gonna have to use our flashlights on this one.
Not anymore.
I think as I say that, I'm gonna move to the easel area and look and see what this is about. Just out of curiosity.
That's where I was gonna go as well, because we know she's a painter.
Okay. Yeah, so you head over. There looks to be an easel with a blank canvas. There's 3 plastic pails of linseed oil that are carefully stacked in the middle of the room. And taking your flashlight and inspecting them, you see there's a note taped to them that reads, "For Sammy, pick up." Along the side, there are different paintings that are stacked on top of each other, but sort of like wrapped gingerly as to not interfere with whatever's been painted on them. And there's, on this easel, there's a completely blank canvas, and the title reads, "My Great Work."
Is there any indication that this was Abigail's painting area? Like, did she Is there like a crumpled up piece of like a sketch or something that has their name signed on it or something?
Yeah, so looking at a little bit more closely, are you going to try to look at this blank canvas or the paintings that are on the side, sort of stacked on top of each other?
I think any of them. I'll sort through to see if I can see a painter's signature or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start with the blank canvas. At first, you look to the bottom corner, and you see it's signed T. Manuel. This is what the artist's signature is.
And this is, you said this is the one on the easel?
But as you look through, all of them have T. Manuel in the bottom corner, and each of them has a title. The first painting you uncover in this stack, are you guys all just sort of like looking over them, or are you each sort of breaking off to do different things?
I'm just glancing over them.
I think Reagan would be looking around the studio. Because I mean, that's like, even though our job was to go up into the apartment and look at all the shit there, like this obviously seems to be interesting at the very least.
Yeah, so you go through. The first painting you see on top appears to be a child-sized clown.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
Oh fuck!
You see the title of the painting is called the Dancing Clown.
That y'all are gonna find this hilarious.
I don't actually find it hilarious at all. So.
And Reagan, if you're looking,
Reagan never like. Told
I guess
anybody
I
about
guess
the clown.
I guess
he was the only one who saw it.
So because
funny
that's the case, real quick, I'm gonna have just Reagan roll a sanity check because he's the only one that knows the implications of this.
No.
Shit.
What was the painting called? The Child Clown or the Clown?
The Dancing Clown.
Success.
Nice.
Let's go.
I have a lot of sanity. I have 85 sanity.
You're smart. The other campaign, their sanities are so low, and I'm like legitimately nervous. I think the highest sanity in the group is like 70.
Oh.
It's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm an experienced player now.
You are.
So I guess it doesn't break him. He just goes, "Y'all are gonna find this hilarious." But back after our initial meeting, I saw a dancing clown just like this.
What?
I love it. He's just not phased at all.
I'm not a big fan of coincidences, and I don't know if I like this either, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be laughing about that.
I'm more freaked out than anything. Not that
I mean, he was a
hate
really
scary
good
things,
dancer.
but was it the exact clown here?
No, my memory's not that great, but it was a kid clown. Don't see those that often.
Just for my own curiosity here, Reagan, what is your... What would this be? What is your alertness? Oh, your alertness is super high, right? Isn't it 80?
Oh yeah, it's 80.
Not only do you notice...
That's why I saw the dancing clown.
That's right, that's right. So with an 80 alertness, you realize the clown is in Washington Square Park in the painting. And looking even closer, you see yourself painted in this painting.
No.
What?
Does this fine fella look familiar to the rest of you?
Wait a minute, is that you?
What?
It's just your
What
backside,
the fuck?
but you can. It's an unmistakable figure.
Or no, show me that juicy ass. Let me see if it's the same thing.
He's caked up in this painting.
So this T. Manuel guy was in the park painting me and painting this clown and everything earlier today.
Hopefully it wasn't painting us too. I mean, look at it.
Shit!
The
Did he
clown from
catch our
today.
meeting?
Seems like it. And this doesn't seem like a coincidence anymore. Guess
Yeah,
keep our eyes peeled.
definitely adjusting the grip on his handgun now.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably like mention, hey, just someone watch the door while we, or maybe go up, and so we don't get locked in the basement too. Would be nice if one of you guys want to go like peek, like crack the door a little bit from the outside and just keep an eye out.
I'll go stand watch.
Okay. That's only the first painting in this set.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You take it off. The second painting.
Anything on the back?
Nothing on the back. It just has the artist signature T. Manuel in the bottom right, and it has a title called The Dancing Clown. That's sort of in the bottom center of it. The second painting appears to be a haunting image of a white-faced specter standing on a rug at the top of a stairs amidst a conflagration, so a massive fire. The rug is this strange, like, aquamarine color, almost surreal with how starkly it contrasts with the flames. But it doesn't ring any bells to you, really. It seems like this is just an unrelated artistic painting. The last one, you flip. Oh, this one's called A Fire in the House. And the last one, you see a young, thin man with wispy, thinning blonde hair and wearing a hospital Johnny that appears to be duplicated in a mirror. But his mirror twin is deformed and muscular with a misshapen head. And this painting is called The Twins.
And these are very fresh paintings then.
It's unclear. There's no dates on them or anything.
Can I make a forensic check to see if I can gather any more details about these paintings?
Yeah. Why don't you give me a forensics roll?
Let's try it. Oh.
Oh. Damn.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't really tell. You see, like, with a lot of paintings, they'll put, like, I forget what this is called specifically, but they'll basically put, like, a layer of, like, sheen over the top to prevent it from, like, smudging and scratching.
Like lacquer or something?
Yes, that's what it is, lacquer. They'll put that over the top to sort of make it, like, unsmudgeable, unscratchable, and sort of preserve it. But you're not a painter, so you have no idea, like, oh, this lacquer was put on 3 days ago, or 3 hours ago. You can't really tell the difference.
I'm gonna look around the. There's a room. Look around the room. Is there any security camera by chance, like one of those old, really big, blocky ones?
You don't see any evidence of a security system.
Well, at least we're not being watched. That's something, I guess. So we went through all. Those are all the paintings we saw.
Yep, those three in a pile, and the blank canvas that's on this easel.
All right, well, I don't think there's anything else here for us. I call out to Seth near the door. McGee, any movement out there?
Do I see any movement out here?
Why don't you give me an alertness roll?
Nice.
Success. You don't see anything. But you have this weird feeling. Like, you guys aren't alone in this building.
Oh, kind of like that.
Ooh. Second 63 in a row, by the way.
Fudge.
Damn, 1 in a 100 chance.
All right, I
One-
think we
One
head
in
out here.
10,000 chance to get 263s in a row.
I'm gonna holster my revolver, but keep my hand on it, and basically head up to the door and just motion that we should probably just get out of here.
Like it feels like we're not alone in the whole building, or just like this basement area.
In the whole building.
Getting the
I'm gonna-
heebie-jeebies.
I'm gonna rip off that last. I'm gonna rip that last canvas. I don't like the.
I was
blank
thinking
canvas.
about taking my knife and just cutting it.
I just want to punch a hole in it
I
so
just-
it's like not usable,
What was it?
Yeah.
and just like rip it off.
Okay. You're just gonna attempt to destroy it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you
Oh,
give me
no.
a sanity check?
Oh, fuck.
What?
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Fumble.
Fumble. Okay, so a fumble on a sanity check is you lose max sanity damage on this.
Oh.
So,
Oh yeah, it's a fumble
What?
because it's the double digits, right?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
If it's a
Oh,
failure
no.
and it's like double 5s or double 6s or whatever, that's a
right.
fumble.
Fuck.
yeah. So you're gonna take 4 sanity damage. As you start to cut through it, you start to have the feeling that the Macallistar Building is filled to the brim with people just out of sight.
What?
And you stop yourself from destroying it completely. And you sort of look around you, feeling like there are people in the room with you. And then you shrug it off by that point, and you just keep cutting, and you do destroy it fully. But you're left with this weird and uncanny feeling.
Also, just a reminder, I mean, this is more of a reminder for Caleb and Ryan, even though this is a Vinny example. Since Vinny failed a forensics check earlier, he should tick off the box next to that.
Yeah, it did it automatically.
Oh, it did it automatically?
Yeah.
Sick.
Very
What does
nice.
that do again?
At the end of the session, your score will increase for that skill a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna turn to the group, be like, I'm sorry, I just don't, I really don't like clowns. That's, can we get out of here? This is, I think we've done everything in here we can.
I agree with Mikhail over there. I think we head out. At least not get trapped in this basement. If 2 people are having a weird feeling that we're getting watched, even though we're in a basement, I don't like it.
Okay.
So
I
we
mean,
don't.
you know our
think we
mission,
should
don't you?
investigate this at all.
I don't think we should be pussies right now, if I'm being honest. Y'all know
I'm
what
not-
we're here for.
I'm not suggesting we're leaving. I'm suggesting we get out of the
Let's,
basement.
let's
If
just,
there are
we
any
should go to the
supernatural
apartment.
forces out here responsible for Abigail's disappearance, we're to deal with them. Heebie-jeebies means we're getting close. It's a damn shame that we ain't gonna have no electricity, but Still think we should go up there? Whether it's dark or not, we have our flashlights, and we will go through that apartment, pour through it, find any documentation we can. We have our orders. Let's follow them.
I tend to agree. Could whoever made these paintings be the suspect, perhaps?
I mean, if they're not a suspect, they're definitely of interest now, considering they painted us in the park, which I don't like for sure.
Yeah,
Well, we don't know who
this
this.
T Manuel. Did we get any identifying documents down in his artistry place? What is that? A school? Is that what you call that?
Close. I would say, Tyler, that I'm just gonna like double back and look at his signature real quick to see, just put it to memory, just in case we need it later.
All right. Give me an intelligence ×5 roll. I'm gonna see how accurately you can memorize it.
All right, how do you do this? Intelligence.
You just click intelligence. It should automatically roll a ×5. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, you could definitely pick out not just the signature but the handwriting of this person too.
Okay. All right. Let's go upstairs.
We didn't find any other like ID, just that signature.
Yeah, just that signature and like painting materials. But yeah,
It
you
just
guys.
looked like there was someone sleeping down here at any point.
It does not.
Spooky.
It does not appear like that is the case. Though you do see in the corner of this room, there's an old tire an old bike with its front tire removed. So it seems like someone was maybe using the storeroom for storage before it was converted into a paint studio.
Also, why didn't you destroy that painting over there?
I think he did, right?
He did
Like he
ask
fought
if I-
through it.
Yeah, the blank canvas is now
The
destroyed.
blank canvas.
Oh, okay, you did destroy it. Okay.
Mhm. So, you guys head back upstairs. You sort of head out this side entrance to the building and back up the front gates. You head in, once again, see this like small marble floored room with all of the tenants' mailboxes. Like I said before, the floor is covered with old newspapers, sales circulars, and pizza coupons, as well as like old bills, like past due, very past due, and like different notices from different companies that might have like, you see like canceled magazine subscriptions for inactivity.
Are these just for the tenants, or do we see any specifically for Abigail?
You do, yeah.
Or for anybody whose name starts with a T.
Yeah, you
Good call.
yeah, so you see on these mailboxes the names of everyone in the building. You do find one that says A right, and it just has like mail overflowing from the top of it and onto the ground. And it's just a bunch of canceled subscriptions to art magazines for failure of payment. You see some like bills from different service providers to her apartment that warn that service will be canceled if you do not renew in 30 days. And then your service has been canceled because you have not renewed in 30 days for just a bunch of different companies. But these are the names that you encounter in the building. You see one of the tenants is T. Manuel.
Oh God. Okay.
and it seems like he has an apartment from the apartment number on the same floor as Abigail, right across from her. You see the other first floor apartment, R. Karoon. I'm going to put this in the chat. For the second floor, you see a post box belonging to, ironically, L Post. And another apartment belonging to M Van Fitz. And the rest of the post boxes appear to be unused. This building actually has a lot of like unrented apartments in it. Let me re-up the music too while I'm on this.
So this is still like a fully operational apartment building. They haven't like
Well,
closed it because
but all the electricity's out.
Yeah, it's service terminated, so there's no electricity. And I think all the tenants have moved out too.
What, do they think it's haunted or something? Come on, let's be serious, guys.
that or they're all got killed. We just don't know about it.
There it is. Team Newell.
We can go search his apartment after Abigail's. I don't think anyone's living in here, fingers crossed, but we can deal with them if they are.
Okay.
All our paperwork in line.
So you see the hallway sort of heads down. To your right, it's just like walls past the mailboxes, and then it banks a left. And if you guys head down there, you see to your left, immediately past this turn, there's just a basic closet. Looks like janitorial, maybe. Around the corner, actually, is this old telephone nook. Because, you know, back in like the pre-1960s days or whenever this building was built, you're not sure. That was common for like tenants of the building to come down, use the building's telephone to call people if they needed. And right across from the old nook is the entrance to Abigail's apartment. You see further down the hall, to the left is a set of stairs that go up, and at the end of this hallway, to the left is the apartment that belongs to R. Karoon. To the right, the apartment that belongs to T. Manuel.
Oh, we starting with Abigail's apartment.
Makes the most sense.
Okay. Who is opening the door? Is that gonna be Reagan?
Oh, yeah, Reagan will do it. Open in your...
You open it up, and as the flashlight's beams scour across the room, you realize the madness that this person must have fallen into. You see the walls and the ceilings are covered in layers of paper objects that seem to be epoxied onto them in a bizarre but seemingly meaningful pattern when you look at it in its totality. It seems like most of the items can't be unstuck without leaving a part of them on the wall. So very little actually has been taken down by the police. The only things that appear to have been removed from the wall are this like transistor radio, this small tape player, and a CD Walkman that appear to have been wrenched from the wall in the hopes of maybe tracking their serial numbers. But you see, even from the Walkman that was torn off the wall, there's like a chunk of plastic that's still epoxied to it.
Is there anything in the Walkman or the CD player?
No, they are empty. You see the floor is bare. It seems the rug itself has been ripped up by the police and taken away, and there's just battered and stained linoleum. Weirdly, too, there's no furniture in this apartment. It appears like whatever possessions she had are on the wall and on the ceiling.
Quite a show Abigail put on for us.
Definitely the markings of someone insane, at least in my book.
There's like no rhyme or reason to like where the things are placed, seemingly? Or is there like a layout of like, you said there is no furniture on the floor. Is there like furniture on the walls and such?
Nothing resembling furniture, but you do see some pillows that have been epoxied to the wall. You see there's like a TV that has been aggressively epoxied to the ceiling along with a VCR.
Is it definitively epoxy and not like any other material?
It appears to be like variable. Some things have been stuck up with tape. There's like pieces of paper with scrawlings on them that have also been taped up, but largely epoxy. With an alertness 80 too. You see there appears to be a small bump in the hallway rug just outside of her room, like something is beneath it.
Oh. God, these police fucking suck.
Like her entire
Walks over.
body.
Well, yeah, she's just attached to the ceiling or something.
Explodes.
Reagan walks over to the rug just outside of the apartment and lifts it up.
You see a very small microphone that's been directed towards her room. And there's a wire attached to it that seems to lead underneath this rug down the hall.
Reagan holds his breath. Puts his finger up to his lips. And tries to like motion to get the party's attention.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna roll an alertness roll, and if I fail, I'm gonna do what I'm planning to do anyway. If not, I'll see your thing.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I see your
Ooh.
action, and I go over, I at least look in your direction, and then sort of freeze after you like pointing.
Yeah. Finger to lips, pointing at the microphone. Very gingerly place it back on the floor. Alright, well I guess we best get to work then. There's a lot of gibberish on these walls. Obviously not gonna do that though. Gonna try to follow that trail of the wire. And I'd prefer to try to do so sneakily.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, that's a failure.
As he's doing that, I would say Richard goes and starts like making audible noise, walking around and like trying to rifle through things to make it seem like we're actually searching the apartment, but
Okay. You follow this wire that is attached to the microphone down the hall, and it banks right into the apartment of T. Manuel. You see a little bit of the wire comes out from beneath the rug and goes right under his door into his room. And perhaps the most disturbing thing about this is you see there's light coming from beneath his door. Why don't you give me another sanity check as you realize he somehow has power in his room, even though the power's been cut. Damn, you're rolling well.
Wow. Don't even need to roll well on the sanity checks, man.
Yeah, so you think like, oh, he must have a generator in there or something. There's some reason for the light. And as soon as you start to get close to his door, you see the light comes off.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna break through the fucking door.
Okay.
Chat, dude, that's so funny.
All right, give me a strength times 5 roll. Let's see if you can break it down in one hit.
Times 5. That is a success.
Nice.
Okay.
As soon as he starts breaking in, I think Richard's gonna have to run over because he wasn't expecting like big banging. I thought he was just following the wire.
Bye, sweetie.
Yeah. So, with the success, you hear a figure trying to latch the door as you approach, and you kick it through, and the latch just snaps. The door goes flying into the face of a man who's standing on the other side. He has sunglasses on at night, and he's dressed in a suit with a vest. He appears to be like a Hispanic man in his 20s or 30s. This is what this figure looks like. I'm gonna add his art to your evidence board here.
Let's fucking go. Thomas.
So you notice this man standing there, and he backs up in this sudden moment. But then you see his expression shifts from surprise to like anger. He's like, "Get the fuck out of my apartment!
Hands where I can see him,
Get the
buddy.
fuck out of my apartment!"
This is an active investigation.
He starts to go to push you out of the apartment.
He goes to push me.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
I'm gonna grab his wrist and wrench his arm over to like straight arm him.
Okay. So this is gonna be unarmed combat. You're actually gonna go first in this because you have a higher dex. So
Nice.
if you roll successfully, you can try to pin him.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 5 luck to turn that success into a failure.
So unfortunately, there's no like luck spend in this system. But if you wanted to push it, you could use your push for the day to try to pin. Roll again and see if you can get a success.
Nah, I won't push it.
Okay. So he's a bit slippery. He's sort of like a thinner guy, and he sort of like moves his body to the side, and you sort of crash into his room. You actually tear up the cord that was attached to the microphone, and now you just hear like a tape playing back in his apartment of you guys entering the building, talking outside the room, going inside. It's playing out
God.
like it's a live feed.
I think if Richard makes his way over there now, he knows that like this is not like a real FBI investigation, but he's good at covering his tracks. I think he just breaks, like he takes the tape and breaks it, like he ejects it and breaks it.
Okay, so he rolled a 42 under 50 for his unarmed combat. You can choose if you'd like to make your action this turn to be dodge, if you want to not try to get grabbed by him. But if you don't care and you just want him to grab you, and then you can try to grab him again on your turn, that's an option.
Yeah, I'll take a grapple.
Okay. Yeah, so at this point, he actually...
You're a spindly little fuck, aren't you?
He is. And he actually lands like a little bit of like a pathetic punch on your side with his unarmed combat. So he is going to roll for
Oh,
that.
that tickled.
Knocks you out.
Doing.
So it's going to be 3 damage to you.
All right.
It hits a bit harder than you would expect for a man of this size. But now you guys are in the midst of this. Are everybody else coming up to the room too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Also, I gotta bounce like 10 minutes, Tyler.
Yeah, no worries. So let's see. What is everyone's dex scores?
Mine is 50.
Head. Well, is that the
Or,
times
well, oh,
5?
sorry,
The
sorry.
times
I was
5.
doing times 5. Yeah, okay, 50 is my times 5.
50.
50 is my times 5.
50. Okay. And Harold Burton?
65.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so you guys all go before him this round.
Yes.
So he is going to use, for his action this turn, he's going to use a dodge action. So basically he's just going to try to attempt to dodge whatever melee attacks you might...
How big is this room? Like, for
It's just
scale,
like an
it's
apartment,
5
right?
guys in one room, but how big is the apartment?
Yeah, so all the apartments are like basically the same size. It's basically just like a sort of central living area. There's like a bathroom off to the side, and 1 bedroom.
Big enough for 5 guys to be in here and not, like, be absolutely
I
crowded.
kind of
right?
like the
Yeah.
up close and chaotic fight.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do
Just like
that.
slamming him into like his kitchen counters or something.
Yeah. So basically, he's gonna use dodge, which means he's gonna roll unarmed combat against anything you guys are gonna try to do, and if he succeeds, basically, he is not gonna suffer the effects of whatever you were trying to do to him. But you guys can try to do what you will. So we'll start then with Harold Burton. You see this confrontation go down, and you are sort of the first to act in this split second after Reagan and Thomas Manuel are fighting.
All right. Can I see if can I like look around the apartment to see if he might be like trying to make a break for any weapons or something like that? And I can try to either grab them myself or get between him and them.
Yeah, you see he turns, and he's attempting in this moment to grab the cassette player that he's recording onto and run into the bathroom with it and lock the door. That's his flavored dodge. So he runs over.
Okay.
He grabs the tape recorder, and he's on his way to the bathroom. He's gonna try to get in there and lock the door so you guys can't get in.
Gotcha. Let's see what I got here.
The other thing you notice, just a quick glance around the room, this apartment appears to be way too clean for an apartment. Like, it's not properly lived in. It's like austere, almost like a hotel suite. There's like no art up on the walls. It looks like he either just moved in or he's extremely utilitarian with what he puts up in his apartment.
Well, it's because he's also renting the room in the basement.
All right. Well, I know we like had our flashlights out. Is it one of those like heavy 1 foot, almost like a metal club style flashlight?
Yeah, it's like the old school ones.
Ooh, like a big mag light or something.
Yeah. Can I guess, try to get that in between the door and the door jamb so he can't close the bathroom door?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's sick.
I like that. That's a cool way to get around his. That's a cool way to get around his dodge too, because you're not directly facing him, but you're gonna try to like head him off at the pass.
Impede his
basically.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So why don't you give me a Dex times 5? Actually, well, you tell me. Is your Dex times 5 higher or your Athletics higher?
athletics is a 30. My dex times 5 is a 65.
Yeah, so you can give me a dex times 5.
And that just roll the dex button, and that should do it.
Yep. Oh, man. A fumble.
And it's a fumble. That's horrible.
Yeah, so you are about to slip on the carpet that's in his room. You're about to slip on it, but you manage to catch yourself and just, you said you're just trying to jam this flashlight in the door so he can't close it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, you're like a couple feet in front of him. You actually managed to get there before him. This old guy, Dr. Burton, is faster than you all anticipated. Jams the flashlight in there, and he stops and looks at the closed door, and he's going to try to bolt in his bedroom now.
That's good.
But yeah, next we're going to cut to Reagan.
Reagan's just gonna try to like go with the guy's momentum. He's like booking it for the bedroom. He's just gonna body slam him into the doorway.
Okay. All right, so
yeah, he'll get his dodge attempt against. How does this work? So it's like even if I succeed, if he succeeds on the dodge, then like he dodges it.
yeah, I'm just going to check this.
Yeah, I was always unclear in Call of Cthulhu as well how exactly the dodge skill worked. So it's good to learn.
Okay, so yeah, so there's fight back and dodge. He's gonna pick dodge, so it's gonna be an opposed roll, unarmed attack for both of you guys. And if he succeeds, he dodges it. And I'm gonna flavor that as he's gonna make it into the room and start to shut the door.
Okay.
If he used fight back, he could potentially do an attack, but he's not really a fight back kind of guy, I don't think.
Okay. Ooh, that's a failure though on the unarmed combat attempt.
All right.
You could push this one if you wanted to. You didn't push.
Just fucking.
You could.
You know what? Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's
Ooh,
go!
an exact success!
Nice.
I honestly forgot about my ability to push it.
Nice. Oh, whoops. Kicked me out of roll 20 for some reason.
How's
Get out
this
of
dodge
here.
attempt going?
Yeah, so I'm going to roll this in the open, actually, because I think it'll be more fun. His skill is just... What's the base for this?
Is it like a contested thing? So you mentioned contested checks are like, I forget what it was for this actually. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, you're all good. So basically, actually, that's funny. There's no way for him to succeed against you unless he gets a crit.
Unless he gets oh yeah, it's who if you both succeed, whoever's is higher, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
What it was?
So
Shit.
So he has the base score of 40. So he's gonna try to roll under that. And actually, sorry, it's not 40. It's actually under dodge. So he has a 50 in dodge. So he's gonna try to roll under 50. He needs to get a crit in order to get out.
Yeah, he needs to get a 44, a 33, a 22, or an 11.
No,
Hey.
failure. Yeah, so you pin him to the ground, and just with your sort of overwhelming weight and force, you have him subdued in this moment.
Oh yeah, and if you recall last session, I brought my my flexible cuffs with me, so on my next turn I could cuff him.
Hell yeah. So yeah, in that case, I'll have you just make a check real quick, contested against him to see if you can cuff him. Because if that happens, then this combat will essentially terminate.
All right, what will that check be?
So in this case, that will be cuffs are melee weapons. It's gonna be melee weapons against
that's
his
better
dodge.
than my unarmed combat.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's a 64
Go.
success, so I'm guessing that's gonna be hard for him to beat as well.
Yeah, he also takes a penalty because he's pinned. So it's going to be minus 20% to his. So he's going to have to roll underneath a 30 and a critical in order to beat you. So let's see if he can do it. So he's going to have to roll a 1, an 11, or a 22. Nope. Yeah, so he is pinned. You're just like this huge guy. You have him pinned down. You turn him over. He's cursing at you. He's speaking both English and Spanish, just swearing at you. But you flip him over and you cuff him. And now he's down for the count. You have him restrained and handcuffed.
I think Richard is just gonna go over and pluck the cassette tape and just pocket it.
Okay.
Just in front of him, like taunting him.
Unfortunately, I gotta bounce, but enjoy the rest of the session, boys.
Yes.
Thanks
You
for
enjoy
coming,
whatever
guy.
it is you're up to, Vinny. Enjoy it, whatever it is you're up to.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Don't let my character die.
Too late.
All right, so I want to take my gun
Okay.
and I want to. Shit, where's my notes? I'm so bad at remembering characters' names at the beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot Vigo in the head. Now that Vinny's gone.
All right, automatic success because he's not here.
Because he's not here, he can't even try.
Minus 100%.
Yeah, so we have him cuffed now. He's a whiner.
Yeah, he's constantly talking this whole time. He's like, "What the fuck, man? Let me go! Let me go! This is bullshit! Are you cops or something? What the fuck?" And he's just like, you got him down, pushed into the ground. His face is like sort of cocked sideways. He's trying to sort of side mouth talk to you, but he is fully apprehended.
Keep on whining, buddy.
I think Richard is gonna go and search the apartment while he's just like blabbering. I don't think he cares that T. Manuel is like yelling and screaming. Like his job as an investigator is to investigate. So he's just gonna sort of block that out and start searching.
Okay. So, are you gonna do just like a glance, or are you gonna do like a brief search of the apartment?
No, I'm gonna do a brief search and or an in-depth search, just like while everything else is going on.
Okay.
So I'll be going through drawers, looking under tables, like doing the good old checking the toilet. Is there anything in like the water reserve type thing, like behind the medicine cabinet? Any loose floorboards? Anything in the light sockets?
Okay. What is your human skill?
60.
Okay, so you get a lot of this automatically.
And then my search is 50. I don't know if that's what search is used for, but
Yeah, we'll get to that. There's different tiers based on like a glance, a brief search, and an extensive search.
I see. Okay.
You could potentially do all three because he's apprehended. But with a humint that high, he has an odd amount of stereo equipment in his apartment for someone in the visual arts. He has no books, magazines, or CDs, anything really associated with the arts. And with that high of a humint, he appears to be extremely agitated and like aggressive beyond what a normal person's reaction would be to encountering potentially law enforcement outside their door, immediately trying to punch them and push them out.
Extremely based.
Extremely. It's just next level based. And this is where I'll have you roll search for an extensive search of his apartment.
Fuck! I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
How do I push it? Do I just click?
Just roll again. If you fail, it's a critical failure. Okay. All right. So, you see there's like this plastic plant base with no fake plant in it, which is odd. And there's a hidden recess in this plant base that seems to have a weird amount of like oddities in there.
Yeah.
It appears as though he's been storing his audio cassettes. There's a bronze medallion. And there appears to be looks like a manuscript.
I'm gonna take all those.
Okay. Even just at a quick glance, you see in this manuscript there are like certain portions that appear to be underlined in red with pen.
Is the manuscript have a title by chance? Is it like a?
It does.
Like a theater manuscript, or is it like a
Yeah.
manifesto type manuscript?
It looks like
manuscript.
It looks like a theater manuscript.
Okay.
And you see the title of this play is The King in Yellow.
Okay.
Oh no.
What does that mean? Anything? Maybe I didn't catch it.
It means some shit in like the Cthulhu mythos.
Yep.
Oh, I see. And then what do the cassette? Are the cassette tapes labeled at all?
Yep, they appear to be labeled by date.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. And what's the design on the bronze medallion?
Yeah, so it appears exceptionally made. And it looks on the side like it can be opened up, like a locket.
Ooh, cool. I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay. You open it up, and you see perhaps at one point it held 2 pictures in there, but one has been completely scraped away. And it just only with a bit of like paper and glue left behind. The other depicts a beautiful woman with long hair, dressed in a manner that suggests the photograph is from like 1900 or so. It's like a super, super old photo. But yeah, you see there's a carefully hidden craftsman mark in the filigree. And it reads, Ambrose.
Okie dokie. And that was after a brief search, or is that the extended search?
There's still a little bit more.
Oh, sweet! Let's go!
Yeah. So you go into his refrigerator. And you see all of the foodstuffs have expiration dates from 5 months ago.
Oh.
But the food does not appear to be rotten. Give me a sanity check for the unnatural.
Nice.
I just think it's
same squad over
Same
here.
squad.
I just think it's fake food.
Yeah, it's extremely odd. But yeah, that is the extent of a long search of his apartment. This is going to take place over the course of like an hour of you just like looking at different things. And during the meantime, he's just like loudly cursing and cussing you out. Would you guys like to do anything in the meantime as Levsner is doing a thorough search, or you could even sort of assist him in that if you wanted?
Also, I don't think I'm talking throughout the entire thing. Like, as soon as I see that he's in cuffs, like something he just turns into like a robot essentially, like super focused, like doesn't care about anything else, just like slowly peeling apart everything, and you're like, what the fuck? He's not even talking. He's just focused.
I'm glad this freak's on my side.
I think Reagan's just gonna keep Thomas still, and will try to get things out of him. He kind of seems like he's in a state right now, but Reagan will be like, "So what? You get off to things like this? Listening in on that poor girl's apartment?
I don't know what you're talking about. The tapes don't belong to me.
We saw your fucking paintings down there, you freak.
You have no evidence. You have nothing to
You
convict
got
me.
eyes and ears everywhere.
I want a
Were you
lawyer.
watching us in the
I want a
park
lawyer.
earlier?
I want a lawyer. He just keeps
I don't
yelling.
hear no lawyers nearby, boy.
And he just keeps screaming, I want a lawyer. Interspersed with that, you hear, his voice is sort of, like, very subtly changing. Like, he's affecting, like, an accent. But it goes in and out. It's weird. It's like someone's, like, yelling and doing a weird impression and then going back to his normal voice.
Interesting.
Weird.
Wait.
Don't worry, we'll get you a lawyer, but you gonna help us out?
I love this.
What
I love this.
do you know
Okay.
of that dancing clown?
Okay, so I'm gonna have you. First, I'll have Burton roll. Are you just gonna try to convince him to kind of open up a little bit by being a little bit softer to him?
Yeah, I'll be reasonable with him.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'll have you roll a persuade. And we'll say with the good cop, bad cop, I'll give you a plus 10% for this.
Ooh.
Okay,
Tyler.
so I change it.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
Is there anything in his medicine cabinet by chance? Any weird medications in the medicine cabinet?
No, nothing strange. Just like the basic, like Advil, Tylenol, that kind of stuff. Failure. He still appears to be extremely agitated. And do you have any points in psychotherapy?
There's psychotherapy.
Psycho.
Oh, there is psychotherapy.
I don't.
Okay.
I just have the default 10%.
Okay. Even with your humant, you can sense that he seems to be having some kind of psychotic episode. But without psychotherapy, you're not sure what he's going through. If this is a pre-existing condition or whether this is the first time. But he appears to have two personalities that he's switching between in this anger.
After I finish this search, I'm gonna take a quick glance at him. Is he wearing a disguise at all? Like, does he have like a wig, a mustache, anything?
No, the only thing that's odd is you see he's wearing sunglasses at night in the middle of his room.
I'm gonna take the I'm gonna just lift his sunglasses.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
still not talking throughout any of this. Like, you think it's really weird that Richard was like emotive before, and as soon as he has a puzzle in front of him, he just shuts up and just like starts doing really weird things.
Yeah, just being very like formulaic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so How, I guess, did you want to approach this?
I think as he's like like moving back and forth, you just see Richard. So Richard's a skinny guy. He doesn't really look imposing, but you just see him like grab his chin, hold him, and just like lift up his glasses, like from the chin, and goes like this essentially just to look at his eyes.
Okay. So yeah, you take them off, and you just see like his eyes appear to be dilated,
Mm-hmm.
like he's been exposed to like a bright light.
Mm-hmm.
And he appears to be more agitated than before. He's struggling harder. He's cursing more. He is revolving through his personalities faster than previous. But otherwise, no visible effect. You just see his eyes. Nothing appears to be unusual about them.
Okay. I think the last thing Richard will do is he will find the earliest tape cassette. And does he have a cassette player in here?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll put the first cassette in, listen to the first like couple seconds to see if he like says this is the tape blah 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 of subject blah blah blah, and then after he hears any preamble, he'll just like fast forward to like maybe a couple minutes in to get a sense of what the tapes are for.
You don't hear any weird preamble. It just starts out and it's like ambient noise of like people walking in a hallway. You hear like people shuffling in place. You hear like distant muffled voices that you can barely make out. And then you hear what sounds like a door opening. Someone fiddling with a lock.
Mm-hmm.
This tape is from a couple months ago. That's how old it sort of
Yeah,
starts. And you hear, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Why is there shit everywhere? What's on the walls? And you hear the sound of like multiple people moving around. You just hear a lot of like curse words, people talking to each other. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
And this was a couple of months ago. When did Abigail go missing?
A couple months ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You gather this is of the police entering the apartment, discovering the scene. You actually hear someone address a person there as Detective Girodonda, who is a person from the FBI file.
Interesting. Okay.
That's on the first tape. It seems like the first tape was started the very day that she disappeared, and he's had a tape every day since.
This is interesting. I don't think I'm going to listen to all of them now. I think Richard is going to... How many tapes are there? How bulky is this?
Let me think. There's probably in the range of like 200 to 300 tapes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because he has to run multiple a day.
Yeah. Does he have any suitcases?
Actually, probably more than that, actually.
Does he have any boxes or suitcases? I think Richard's going to just try to box all of these up and take them.
POV, you're Tyler looking in his camcorder battery cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that there doesn't appear to be any like boxes in here. But you did find like a box, multiple boxes that were left for you in Abigail's apartment.
Okay, cool.
By the
I'm
FBI,
just gonna,
so
I will head back and get those. And you just see Richard quietly start boxing up all the tapes.
okay. And Reagan wanted to do something, right? What did he want to do?
He was just like trying to get to this man, but then his line of questioning turned to what he knew about the clown.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
You see, he stops being aggressive, and he eases up. What do you want to know?
Uh-oh.
What do you want to know about the clown?
So you did see him too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
The way he danced was so hypnotizing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To move with that much grace and perfection.
Yeah. You've seen it too?
I have. I saw him today.
And his eyes start to go wide, and he's like, it's coming together. The play's coming together.
The play.
I think as that he says that and he responds, you just see Richard walk by, just hand off the manuscript without a second beat, and then just continue packing up the things. Like he just coincidentally heard it and like just put this in front of him and then kept about doing his business.
King in Yellow.
Yeah. You've read it too. Wait a minute. Are those just costumes? Are you not police officers?
Reagan's not the person to be. He can't. He's already like committed all of his brain cells to to like this FBI disguise. So he's kind of freezing up in this moment, hoping that maybe, just maybe, or whatever Burton's Mastiff, Agent Mastiff,
Agent Massive.
will step in.
No, we are, a secondary group with the NYPD. We do some after investigating on occasion.
Are you part of the opera?
I cannot confirm nor deny my involvement in any operas.
Are you a singer?
I dabble.
I'm a dancer.
That is true.
Really? You are? Can you dance for me?
I think this is so goofy.
This guy might have a cracker jacket too loose.
But I mean, I think at this point it's obvious to Reagan that this guy's a little crazy, and that whatever is happening now seems to be working. So I think Reagan's gonna try his best to imitate some of the moves that the little clown boy was putting on earlier.
And he seems very pleased by what you're doing. You must be a friend of Abby's then. Is that why you're here? Are you looking for her?
Why, yes I am.
Yes.
We haven't heard from her for quite a bit.
Yeah, that's because she went up to the 4th floor with Mr. Castaigne. This building only has 3 floors.
Oh.
Do you mean the roof by chance?
No. Not the roof. The smoking lounge.
Interesting.
Do you think you could bring us up there? Or are we not allowed?
That's not up to me. That's up to Mr. Castaigne. I don't know if I could bring you up uninvited. Not after you've treated me like this.
Well, why don't you invite Mr. Castaigne down to us?
No, he doesn't come down. He doesn't come to the floors below. He's the night manager. He stays on the 4th floor.
Well, is there any way we could possibly have a chance to meet him? It doesn't make sense. Have you met him before? Have you been up to the 4th floor?
Of course I have. Who do you think you're talking to?
Well, if you need his invitation and he never comes down, how did you get up there?
You walk up to the 4th floor. Why are you asking me these stupid questions?
Why are you being so unhelpful?
I told you what to do. What do you want? I don't get it. I thought you had something interesting about you. I thought you liked the dance. I thought you liked the clown. But it seems like you're boring.
Seems like you need a rest.
I'd like to get out of these handcuffs. Can you
All
let
right.
me out?
Of course I can let you out. No problem. Let me just get the cuff keys here, and he pistol whips him across the forehead to knock him out.
Okay. Yeah, you knock him out. I'll make you roll for that, but yeah, his head sort of slumps forward, and his body goes limp.
Oh, he's gonna feel that tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't know what to do with him.
I think by this time, Richard's actually done cataloging everything, so he starts talking again.
He's completed his route.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised we didn't kill him. I mean, I know.
I don't
Usually
know
I'm on
if
the side-
he's...
I'm usually on the side of the law here, but this is not a typical law enforcement matter, you know?
I'm just trying to figure out if he's crazy or if something other has touched him at some point.
Probably a
Oh,
little bit
God,
of
I
both.
hope not. You think of parents or?
Because if that's the
Sorry.
case, then I don't think we can leave him be.
I don't think so either, to be honest. It seems detrimental to us as this group, but also
I mean, we can get
Sure.
him on illegally recording other people's activities without their consent, I think.
This isn't about the law in a normal sense, though.
everything is
That's
Sure,
extra.
but they got Al Capone on tax evasion.
Everything gets extrajudicial here.
Well, and he reaches, or Reagan reaches, like, under his jacket to his belt again, and this time pulls out, like, his combat knife. Things might be about to get, disturbing if you want to turn away.
I think.
What
What was that,
What'd you say,
Caleb?
Caleb? You got muffled.
I said, what are you planning on doing?
Ain't it obvious?
Cut him off?
Just kill him.
Shit, okay.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
feels a little harsh, I don't know.
well,
Does he have a
If
weapon in
if
here,
something
Tyler?
is supernatural, we want to destroy it. Maybe we don't need to kill him
Well,
because we're said to like make that we're told to make that judgment on Abigail as well if she's alive. But presumably we're supposed
I
to
mean, we could just
kill
tie him
her
to
if
the.
she's.
We could just cuff him to the radiator, and he'll die, not necessarily by our hands.
That's so dark.
That's
did
By the way, to answer your question, he does not have a weapon. But it is a common judgment call in these missions. Like, you know, it could go either way, and either way is justified in the eyes of Delta Green. If you think he's too great of a threat to be loose in the public, if he's gonna spread around the unnatural, it might make sense to kill him. But if you think you could restrain him or limit the exposure, you could keep him alive.
Well, this is like a.
if he's supernatural,
It seemed like he's like been confined here for a long time, right?
depending on your definition of confined, I would say yes. Cause
Well, like
the
has
food-
confined himself here.
Correct, and the food is somehow not expired, and the lights stayed on even if the building was shut down. So has some supernatural
Well, yeah, there's some sort of anomaly
evidence
going on
Yeah,
here.
correct. Right. So if we just chain him up, he might be able to get out, or he might just stay alive but just be chained, and he could be like a person we continually go back to for information. We just have a hostage essentially.
Do we think we have I would like to get my cuffs back, but are there other things in the apartment or nearby that we could use to tie him up? I will like tie him to the radiator if that's necessary with the handcuffs.
Yeah, I think you guys also have multiple sets of handcuffs too.
Okay.
Because I know Levsner has handcuffs. You and Levsner
Why
both
don't we
have
just
cuffs.
use the cuffs? Like we could always come back for him as well.
I will say though,
Yeah, go ahead.
that after work, Levsner replaces all of his actual FBI gear with like stuff he has bought from like military surplus. He is not using any of his official FBI equipment
Yeah.
on these Delta Green things.
All right.
But Levsner can use his handcuffs.
Yeah, nothing that can
What's
directly link him to these operations.
what's the innermost room of this apartment? Because you said there's a bedroom and there's a bathroom.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a combined living room, kitchen, and a bedroom and a bathroom. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell. What's your character's name? What's your code name?
McGee.
McGee. I'm gonna tell McGee to take him into one of the rooms just so there's more sound dampening, and we'll just like chain him to like the bed frame essentially, or something.
Yeah, I think we can find a nice spot to like unlock one of his cuffs and then recuff him, but around something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's currently still unconscious, so it's easy enough. You just want to handcuff him basically to the bedpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way where he can't just like leave.
His
He'd need to
bed
somehow-
appears perfectly made,
Yeah.
as though it's not slept in.
Yep.
You cuff him to the bedpost, and he's still unconscious. He's just sort of hanging limply.
And for good measure, I think we should barricade the other side of the bedroom door so that he can't get
Is there
out
a
easily.
is there a window? I'm assuming there's a
Ooh.
window in the bedroom.
actually a
Let me
good
check. Let me check, actually.
Or is there a closet in the bedroom that we can put him in?
Because we could go like we could go Saw style and like handcuff him to the toilet in the bathroom instead if there's
Yeah.
if there's no window in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's correct. So are we gonna kill him? Like all these actions right now are just like
There is a window out the back. Yeah, there is a window.
I think he's a flight risk, honestly.
I think he also exhibits signs of the strange. You saw his paintings. And something tells me that he wasn't there in the park today. How would
I,
he have been able to come all the way back here, paint that entire painting? Was the painting like dried and yeah, okay. Paint that entire painting, had it dried, and then continued his surveillance here from his apartment? It don't make no sense to me.
I don't think we have any other use for him. And leaving him is a liability.
Now would be the time to look away.
Yes, I'm step into the hallway.
McGee, if you could make it look like a self-inflicted wound, that'd be nice. And you see Richard turn away and take the
Oh,
box
shit.
of recordings out.
Oh shit.
And you don't hear him stutter when he says that. He just says it cold and plainly and just walks out.
Right. Maybe I'll be leaving these cuffs on him after all. Set up in the bedroom. The classic noose.
Oh shit.
Chair
Oh, he's doing the
combo,
old
and how people who really want to kill themselves do
open
often
choke.
like tie their own hands behind their backs so that they can't like free themselves. So maybe I think I'd probably be wearing gloves, to be honest. If that would make sense, Tyler.
You know what's totally gonna
Yep.
happen? We're gonna come back and he's gonna be alive.
He's gonna be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Not even remember us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be a little disjointed from time, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. But yeah, I think yeah, I think I'll just, while he's still unconscious.
If anything, he'll be alive and restrained exactly like how we wanted anyway, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna hang him.
Okay. So, a couple of things will happen. You are certainly going to have to make a sanity check against violence for what you're about to do.
Shit.
I'm also checking because I think there's a rule about like successfully pulling off like a fake suicide or a fake death.
Maybe that's not really Reagan's style now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, this Delta Green shit, they do like pull a decent number of strings behind the scenes.
That's fair. You could just kill him.
I think, yeah, I think it fits Reagan's style more to just take out his combat knife and get him right under the right between the ribs into the heart.
Okay. I will warn you. If you don't find a way to conceal this, it's possible that this could get out.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say Delta Green doesn't have the power to like, wave a magic wand and make things disappear. It's more like you guys are the ones who are supposed to make sure it doesn't get out.
Okay.
So
Damn it.
your
This
first
is-
approach might, if your goal is to kill him, your first approach would actually be the most logical and least prone to failure, is to fake a suicide.
I say just loosen up his belt and throw the noose on him, throw the hand in the pants, and just let the experts do the talking.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll try to stage some sort of suicide, whether it's just your average hanging or autoerotic asphyxiation, as Caleb suggested.
This guy's a freak. I'm just saying. Nobody would be like 2 seconds. They'd just be like, yeah, this guy. Look at his apartment. Of course, this is what he was doing.
I mean, yeah, if he has like a bunch of tape recordings of maybe were these all like listening to police? This would be something to ask Ryan. Or were some of them, could you hear Abigail herself in the...
No, the recording started after she went missing. Like, the first recording we had was of the police finding a room.
Yeah, I think, honestly, him getting off on this might have been a very realistic thing.
Yep.
This crazy guy in this apartment with no electricity, like, still staying here after everyone's moved out of the apartment complex. Like, they might even go as far as to say that he would be the prime suspect in Abigail's disappearance if he had this entire setup in here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna go.
Did we not want to take all the cassette tapes then? Because I was gonna take all of them for review.
Ooh.
Because yeah. Because we might learn something from them.
This is true.
I mean, I don't think that necessarily.
Alright, at the
has
very
to
least, we're gonna stage the suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First thing, I'm gonna have you roll a sand check against violence. This will be killing someone in cold blood.
Oh.
Oh no.
That would be a failure.
Ooh.
Can you can't push sanity checks, can you?
No, unfortunately not. So that's gonna be 1 sanity damage.
Ah, you're fine.
Yeah, maybe it's this sort of like really dark moment as like, you know, setting up a fake suicide. Maybe this isn't the first time this has happened as a Delta Force operative in like clandestine operations.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can check 1 tick on the violence
one.
Violence one. And I'll have you make
Oh god. Yeah, I don't have like a specific craft stage suicide.
Well, typically it'd be forensics, but it doesn't look like you have any forensics.
Can I assist?
Well,
You
I guess,
certainly
like,
kind of just mentioned that like maybe being part of Delta Force might have had some experience. Could we say here potentially that my specific military like science
I'd say you would know. You will have a way to stage this and to make it seem convincing. In fact, you've already done it. You know, if you want to sort of cross your T's and dot your I's, you'll want someone with a bit of forensics knowledge to double check.
Well, I think we should have at least someone with forensics knowledge.
I have some forensics. I have 30.
The only downside is you'll be exposing yourself to this potential sanity loss,
Yeah.
but
Whatever.
I was not expecting your character Ryan to be like so down for this, but I'm down for it.
it's how it works. It can get kind of dark.
I mean, damn.
Success.
Look at this beautiful success.
So Yeah, you walk in very coldly to this scene. It doesn't affect you at all. And I'll have you make a forensics check just to like cross your T's and dot your I's on this one.
Oh, let's see if
Oof.
this works.
Oof. Oh my god!
Oh.
Let's fucking go, Ryan.
Nice.
You crazy, bro.
Nice. Yeah, so you sort of just do a lot of like honestly things that like criminals might do if they're trying to get away with a murder. Like you make sure that he was using gloves, but so you sort of commend him for that, but you erase all traces that you guys were ever in this apartment. You know, maybe he has a vacuum, and with gloves on, you vacuum the carpet. You set everything back to where it was with gloves on, and you very gingerly clean all the surfaces. You know, fully with like clothes, gloves.
It's gonna be fairly easy, right?
Yeah, but there's
I mean,
it's
we didn't like shoot him or anything during
We
our
did
combat.
scuffle around.
So.
We
No.
did scuffle around those. So.
no, but yeah, it's the attention to
Yeah,
detail.
well, I just meant he's like he was a freak already.
It's the attention to detail that Levsner brings. Like there are things that
Yeah.
you know, if a police officer were to discover the scene, he might not find any of this, but like it's the deeper investigation of like a long legal procedure that might uncover something strange. You know, like fingerprints of an unknown person here that was, you know, you grabbing the doorknob coming in or touching the wall. Things like that he knows to dust off. He knows to for example, repair the chain on the door so it appears like it wasn't broken. Things like that. If you didn't have someone with forensics, I was just going to leave it to a 50-50 chance. If
Of whether like some sort of investigation actually.
Yeah. And there's actually whole mechanics for like going on trial, going to jail.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So, but you feel very confident in Levsner's ability to cover this up.
Have you guys seen Dexter?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
I
first
was
season.
gonna say this is very Dexter-esque.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
getting that
extremely.
vibe from Richard. Like he's like a family guy, but like he's seen some shit, and like he's good at his job.
Well, thank you, Ryan.
I was gonna say, I think I'm wildly comfortable with a person like that being around. So.
But you don't. Yeah, so you get the vibe, but like you still think Dexter's other than how you saw him act, being like very focused for that 1 hour where he was like solving a problem, and now you're like, okay, he's just a little weird. But
I know what my next character is gonna be now. He's gonna be like a cleaner for a crime family.
That's sick.
that would be cool.
Yeah, they actually have a criminal profession in this game too.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something that they would employ in Delta Green.
And it's cool
Or-
because the premise of it is like you're imprisoned, and then Delta Green is like, we can commute your sentence if you work
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, you pull it off, and it's weird. It's weird timing because you get on your personal pager, Levsner. You get a message from Sarah Adkin after you've fucking covered up this fake suicide. It's like this this moment where you're sort of back to reality. It's just a short message, and she's like, "Am I taking care of Danny tonight? Haven't seen you."
Do you mean Sarah or Julie?
Sarah, your love interest.
Okay. Yeah.
She's been stepping in because you sort of have like long hours at work, and she's been stepping in, staying at your apartment, taking care of Danny. But she's like just checking in. Is work going late? Should I take care of Danny?
you see, actually, funny enough, he responds with, "No, be home soon. Love you." Um, but because uh the there were boxes, like FBI boxes in um Abigail's apartment, he actually just brings the cassette tapes home
Oh shit.
because they just look like his normal everyday FBI like stuff.
Oh damn. Yeah, so you start to gather the boxes, you put the tapes inside those boxes, and you're in the midst of this like absolutely chaotic scene of like things epoxy to the walls, like just like a madman's apartment. I guess, is this how you guys leave the Macallistar Building for now? Or do you want to sort of part ways with Levsner and continue looking into it?
Ooh, it's so tempting to go further. See if this fourth floor really does exist. But a lot could change if we leave it tonight. And it might not be as easy if this body is discovered.
Yeah.
We can spend a little time.
At least
Like, after he
at
leaves.
least a quick run upstairs.
Well, we never really spent any time in her apartment, did we?
No, you guys haven't really investigated it very thoroughly.
Yeah, my
Like,
80
I
awareness
think we should probably
really
give
threw
it a
us
look.
on a fucking crazy tangent.
Yeah, that's why the skills are useful, though. You pick things up automatically. But yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like maybe Levsner, you even tell them like you have to take care of your kid, and you start heading out. But there's no difference, in this game. Like, there's no concept of like you need to keep the party together at all times. So like, you guys could stay here and continue investigating while Levsner leaves, or
Yeah,
you know.
alright. If you want to take that back and pour over the evidence in those tapes, the rest of us will be mindful as we mosey on about.
Appreciate it. I got a family to see to.
Understood. Thanks for cleaning up my mess.
You just see Levsner nod. Also, I guess I should just be calling him what's his face?
McGee?
No, Maynard. Maynard.
Agent
Oh
Maynard.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're Maynard.
I'm Maynard. Yeah. You see Maynard just nod and head off.
Yeah, so we're left with McGee, Mastiff, and I think it was Mikhail. Yeah, Agent Mikhail. You three, you three are left.
What an odd fellow that Agent McGee is. Great at what he does, though.
You talking to me?
Strange fellow.
Oh,
I've
is
been
that
called
you?
that once.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that's-
that's me. It's Maynard, right? No, wait,
No, I'm
Mastiff.
Maynard.
You're Maynard. Yeah, you're Mastiff,
That's what I'm trying to
Caleb.
Yep.
Yeah, Maynard
Well, yeah,
is,
I know
is
I'm
Ryan.
Who's Vinny? What's Vinny's character's name?
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say he's
that
sticking with you
Maynard
guys.
fellow, he's a little strange.
Seems experienced to me. Wish I could
Yeah, well, that's probably
wish
why
I
he's
could
so strange, whatever that
turn a
experience
switch so
was.
easily as him.
Well, you just hope he can turn it off.
That's a great
Honestly,
quote.
fair.
That's a great quote.
Anywho, I'm not really one for scratches his head. Reading or anything. But I do got this here lead of this mysterious 4th floor.
Well, there's the 4th floor. We could check out her actual apartment.
Well, it might just all be hooey. So I think a quick walk up to walk up the stairwell would be a quick trip.
Sure, let's do it. Frickin' elevator's out.
Yeah, I don't know if Vinny would want Agent Mikhail to come with us.
I think he would. I think it would be.
Yeah,
a
I
better
think we
thing to
could
have
convince him.
3 of us than 2 of us.
Okay. You guys start to head up the stairs. You head up to the 2nd floor, and you see a figure seems to be approaching you from the hallway of the 2nd floor. Do you stop and sort of wait for this figure or approach them, or do you just keep going up the stairs?
Like, what is
Definite-
indicating that they're walking towards us? Like,
You-
obviously that they physically are, but like that we are their intent.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm gonna reflavor that actually. You guys hear footsteps heading up to the 2nd floor of someone approaching the stairwell. So you could either book it to try to run up and avoid them entirely, or you could like walk up and sort of cautiously approach this figure, whoever they are.
Well, that's a second person in a supposedly abandoned place.
That's what I was gonna say. We could just hit him with the authority. What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Who
maybe
told you you
it
could
would
do
probably
this?
be best to intercept them so that we can, like keep our guys as agents.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have my my gun drawn at this point, but I would have my flashlight and my other hand free to like show the badge.
I'll be behind you because you got a little more authority than me.
Go into the stairwell.
Okay.
So we these are like fake FBI identifications, right? Yeah.
Yeah. For you guys, they are fake.
Okay.
Yeah. For Levsner, they're actually real.
Yeah.
Which is funny. But yeah, you guys head up, and you notice the power seems to be on the 2nd floor. That's funny.
Okay.
And seeing that for the first
Did
time,
we
Burton.
turn on when we were downstairs?
Yeah, exactly. Burton, I'll have you roll a sanity check against that. As you see, there's no way for this to possibly have electricity, this building.
Are you not having me do it because I've already made a sanity check against like an on light source?
Yeah. Yeah. Success. You guys
Nice.
are rolling great. Yeah, you just figure like there must be some generator somewhere that they're using. This must be some building of crazy people or something. But yeah, stepping out of the darkness of this floor into, the lit floor, headed down the hall towards you. You see a young woman. She appears to be in her early 20s, but she has a very severe middle part haircut, and both of her eyebrows are shaved off completely. She's a very odd looking woman, but you gather like maybe in like the New York punk scene, she might be more accepted. She has like multiple piercings across her face, tattoos on her arms. This is what this woman looks like as she approaches you.
Damn. Alright. She is one of
Yes.
the. I mean, we don't know her name yet, but that is one of the people on the. Who lives on the second floor.
And
She-
they're on the evidence board.
Yep. And she's
Excuse me, miss. Can we talk to you for a second?
yeah. Is everything okay? I heard something from upstairs. Commotion from the floor below. Is everything all right?
Yeah, the damn lights on that floor are off. Tripping and falling around down there. Sorry for not introducing myself. I am Agent McGee, and over here is Agent Mastiff. We are with the FBI. I'm sure by now you've
I t-
heard of and lived with the case of the missing Abigail
Oh,
down
yeah.
on the first floor.
Yeah. That's. I feel bad, really. I mean, it's tough to. Well, I don't want to say too much. You're,
No, please say as much as you'd like. Anything does help. That's why, in fact, why we're back here. We are just following up on all the residents here in the apartment building, and would love to hear your side of what you know. It doesn't have to necessarily be something that you know has to do with her disappearance, just things that you may know about her that can help us figure out where she might have gone if she had gone on her own.
And in fact, if there's anything that you need to talk about separately about how it's affected you, we're always here to listen. I'd be happy to provide any assistance you could possibly need.
I mean, I could say a few things off the record, but I don't want to get involved with any police or law enforcement.
We will anonymize your name, don't you worry.
Okay. Well, I
That was a lie.
Actually, maybe not. It's not like we're gonna publish this anywhere.
Well,
We're
yeah,
just-
it's like it's not going to law enforcement, but it is going to Delta Green.
well, it's it had all the hallmarks of an abusive relationship, if you ask me. But I think she got in too deep, and only knew the guy for a few weeks, and she's moving upstairs. It's fast. Moving in together, that's fast, if you ask me.
And just making sure that it's the same as on record, would you care to name the individual that she was having these romantic involvements with?
I don't know his name. I've never spoken to him. I know he was a salesman of some kind. He was always carrying around a bag with him. But I don't really know him personally.
Do you know what kind of bag he carried with him? Like a briefcase or a duffel bag?
Yeah, it was a briefcase. Yeah. He always had books under his arms too, thick, large, looks like encyclopedias.
And which room did they occupy? If you could share that.
I wish I could. I don't know which room specifically, but they're up on 6 now.
This building only has 3 floors, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the? There's more than just 4 floors. There's 6 floors now. Stop it,
What floor do
Tyler.
you live on?
What floor do you live on, ma'am?
Now, normally to get up, do you ever go up to the 6th floor, or?
No, I don't have to usually. Not really my crowd. But you know, it's
And what is the 6th floor? Apartments? I know the 4th floor is a smoking lounge.
yeah, I think it's apartments. Maybe rooms for rent, more temporary. I don't know. I've never been up.
And how often do you see, because is her apartment like down the hallway, or is she near the staircase, or?
Her apartment. Let me see. You guys are near the staircase. You see her apartment is just to the right, past the sort of like the staircase sort of nook in the side of the building. You would take a right, and then it'd be immediately on your left,
Okay.
across from L Post's apartment.
And do you think that everyone around here is in this complex is nice, keeps to themselves? Is anyone maybe, you know, a bit of a noisy neighbor?
Yeah, you must be talking about Roger. Roger Caroon. He might be the most obnoxious person I've ever met in my life. But then again, I think most men are pigs.
Oink oink.
She kind of laughs at that a little bit. He writes science fiction novels. They're not very good if you ask me, but he raves about them all the time, especially when he's drunk, and he can get pretty handsy in the smoking lounge, I've heard.
All of this from one man. He's noisy and loud enough for you to hear him when he's your downstairs neighbor at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he, well, most of the time I hear him actually as he's coming down the stairs, you know, drunk and shouting and talking loudly.
So he must be going up to the smoking lounge a lot.
Yes, yeah, he most certainly is. I think he brings that dog up with him, too. I hear it barking from the stairwell every night.
Well, no such thing as
Does
a bad dog.
does the apartment complex let you keep animals here, or is that another rule he's breaking?
Exactly. You're not allowed to have animals of any kind here. So, you know, it's what's the saying? Rules for thee, but not for me. With him. Anyways,
Well,
I wanted to get back. I was just checking on the noise. If you need anything, you know, you can let me know. But I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
of course, and sorry for stumbling about down there and waking you up from your sleep. I do hope you have a pleasant rest of your night, ma'am.
You too as well. I hope you find her for what it's worth.
You should.
We will.
And she sort of slinks back into the hallway and heads her inside her apartment, and you hear the latch on the door.
So fucking everyone's still living here.
Yeah, you found two residents.
Did you see her go back? Like, can they see her room?
Yeah, you can see her room. It's down the hall from you.
Is the light on underneath the door, Seth?
Is the light on underneath the door?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And from the exterior of the building, like all the lights are out.
That's right.
Oh, fucking shit, this is freaky.
We came in this thinking it was one person that was weird. It's the whole building.
It's the
house.
building is the anomaly.
It's what's
the
that movie
second
called?
tower
Monster
we've
House
been
or
in.
something?
Monster House.
It's Monster House. It's that one episode of Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, that's a great episode.
Oh,
Where it's like
wait,
the
did I finish
hotel or
Chainsaw
whatever.
Man?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hotel.
I think Tyler just likes fucked up towers.
He
Maybe
does.
I do. Maybe I do. The 15th floor.
15th floor, the big old tower in hell. Alright. Well, crisis averted.
Alright,
Let's go up
great.
to the 4th floor, hopefully.
Let's see what we've got.
Alright, we go back into the stairwell and ascend yet another floor to the 3rd. Are the lights also on in the 3rd floor as we pass it?
The lights are on this floor.
Any people standing in the hallway or anything?
No.
And then does it look like there's another flight of stairs from the 3rd floor? Like that might be up to the roof access, or potentially another floor that shouldn't exist.
You head up the stairwell, and you see there's like a small sort of roof and a landing. And you see there's a door up top. You see roof access above the door. But you see the door appears to be not a metal roof access door, but a red painted wooden door with a gold handle. And you hear noise
That's
from the other side, like people talking and drinking.
Agent McGee clutches the doorknob in his hand, takes one deep breath, and turns it.
Okay. Right as you're about to open the door, you hear like voices from the other side. Like very, very, very muffled. Someone saying, who is that? Who's down there? Who are you? You hear the muffled barking of a dog. And as your hand turns...
I probably should have listened with my 80 awareness.
Well, that's what you hear with your 80 alertness.
Oh, okay, so like
Um,
they were alerted to our presence anyways as we were coming up the stairs. Definitely having his hand behind his back to where his gun is tucked into like his waistline. And he pushes open the door.
And as you slowly open this door, the smell of cigar smokes hit you. Smoke hits you.
I mean, they could be different scents and flavors, so smokes plural in that sense might work.
and you see a large, inviting area resembling a turn of the century men's club. Impossibly on this roof access door. And that's where we'll leave off for the session.